because I had never been to New York City before. I had never been to a major city. So coming here, it was just, it was one of the greatest trips of my entire life.
It's the After Party Podcast. Hi, y'all.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you remember when you were in school and you would go on school trips?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and of course, knowing you'd have to have chaperones.
Yes.
We did.
My dad was a chaperone on one of our trips to the Historical Society, and he lost a kid, and he was not allowed to chaperone anymore.
What happened to the kid?
He was just in a different group. He joined up with a different group, but because my dad didn't give a damn, he was looking at all the historical stuff and was so into it.
So happy endings, the kid is okay.
Yeah, he's
My
fine.
family went to Israel for a trip with like a group, and my mom said that she wishes there was a chaperone because they lost my father and could not find him.
God.
There you
And
go.
so they were like, we probably could have used a chaperone, especially, the older generation. So
Yep.
My trips were boring compared to these. All right, let's go talk to Renee. Now, let me pull Renee up here. Renee, hello, Renee. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Well, look, I know that you're chaperoning a middle/high school drama club field trip. Here we go.
Drama.
Where are you taking the kids?
We're going to the city, to New York City, and we're going to see Hell's Kitchen and the Broadway Museum.
Good.
you're going to love
What
it.
a cool trip.
Well, it seems cool unless you're a chaperone and your kids are monsters.
Okay.
No, have you chaperoned a trip before, Renee?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you have experience with this crazy feat. Have you ever experienced any issues or problems with these kids?
I would say the biggest issue was last year getting lost in Central Park.
Oh,
Oh. That's easy to do.
It is easy
so
to do.
Big.
big place.
But
yeah.
so you got separated from the kids and they were lost, or you were lost and they were fine? What happened?
No, we broke into small groups and trying to find the Central Park Zoo, and we couldn't find the Central Park Zoo.
Well,
Bummer.
but you find it. It's there. They're not moving it,
Yeah.
But see, when we were going on school trips, we went to Europe one time, or band trips are always fun. We'd all have to share rooms, and we were problems. And luckily, the chaperones didn't know half of the BS that we were causing. But you've got to have patience because you never know what's going to happen. You have to have your eyes on every single kid every moment of the day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I went on a trip exactly like this. I was in high school and we did a theater trip. We came here and we saw a bunch of Broadway shows. And it was my first time to the big city. And
How'd you do?
It was so eye-opening to me because I had never been to New York City before. I had never been to a major city. So coming here, it was just, it was one of the greatest trips of my
I
entire
bet.
life. So Renee, these kids that you're taking, have they ever been to, quote unquote, the big city before?
The older ones have, because we try to do the trip every year, but the younger ones, it's going to be new to them.
God,
Well,
that
yeah.
is so
Have you
cool.
had like the conversation of, because there's going to be like people in the street that are
Dirty Elmo.
naked.
Yeah, and Dirty Elmo. Stay away
Taking
from Dirty Elmo.
Have you
Taking
done
it,
the
number two.
prep?
Yeah, people taking poop in the middle of the street.
Oh, gosh, no.
You got to be ready for that. My favorite is living in New York City. When you see, Renee, no offense, but when you see chaperones and all their kids like at a crosswalk about to go over, you're like, oh, God.
Yep.
You got to get around them. You got to get around them
That
and
is
away
true.
from them.
That is true.
It's like, but I want you to enjoy the cultural greatness of New York City, so it's great to bring the kids in. But
I feel like I got shafted. I went. No, in my trips they took us to the sewage plant. We went to see raw sewage. We went to see. They're awful.
that's all you saw?
That's all we got. We didn't get to go do the fun stuff that you guys are talking about right now.
We actually went to a meat processing plant because we were in Texas. And so, we all had cow blood on our shoelaces when
How
we.
traumatic.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I told you about
kids.
my
Oh,
senior
my
trip,
God.
right?
No.
My senior trip, we had just finished reading The Grapes of Wrath, so we had to go to a farm near Meadville, Pennsylvania, and pick crops for 8 hours.
Yeah.
That was
For
our senior
free?
trip. Yes, we didn't get paid for it.
We
Nothing.
got a lot of free labor out of kids because I remember we did a pioneer day in like third grade and we all had to dress like quote unquote pioneers, which I looked ridiculous, by the way. But they made us do all the work, like churn some butter and do all kinds of manual
And
labor.
how much you get paid for that?
Nothing.
See,
Child
Renee,
labor.
you're not going to put the kids in that kind of danger, are you?
And we'll try our best not to.
Well, Danielle, growing up in the Bronx, they would take them to chop shops. So they were bringing the stolen cars in, and all the kids had to like pull all the steel off the car.
They would have us break all the windshields.
Oh my
So
God!
the windshield people could come in and fix it.
The kids would get bonuses for like copper wires.
Is that why you're so good at changing tires? Because you
That's
would steal them?
why.
Nailed it.
Well, Renee, look, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And when we get off the air, I want to find out what date and what part of the city you're going to be in, because I don't want to be anywhere near there.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. But you know what? What you're doing, though, and sharing this incredible city with your kids, I bet you do get some satisfaction out of that.
Absolutely.
Of course you do. All right. Well, look, thanks for
wants a
listening.
sweatshirt.
You want a sweatshirt? Oh, yeah.
Yes,
wants to
please.
wear it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the whole point. She wanted to come on to get a sweatshirt. We're going
Yeah.
to send you a morning show hoodie. How you like that?
I love that. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
All right. So if I see you in the street with kids, I'll know. Oh, okay, we got to be nice. It's Renee. Hold on, Renee. Thanks for listening to us.
I will say there was one middle school trip that we went to where the chaperones had to pull the kids apart because all the boys and the girls, all their hormones were going crazy. And it was a dude ranch up at Kutcher's.
I went there.
You went
I
to
went to
Kutcher's?
Kutcher's.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Okay,
God.
so that was just an excuse for all the 14, 15-year-old kids to kind of get together with each
Yeah.
other, and because they had these sleepovers.
Hold on. At a dude ranch.
Yeah,
At a
There was
dude
there
ranch
was a
called
pool.
Kutcher's.
Remember the
Yes!
pool? Yeah.
Oh my God, I was in that pool.
Me too.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, Scotty B went to the dude
We
ranch.
went to the dude
You
ranch.
went to
Yeah, no, we used to go to Kutcher's all the
That's
time.
crazy.
Absolutely.
And the chaperones had problems keeping the kids
Yes.
away from each other, right?
Yes. But do you know that our senior trip was to the Bahamas with no chaperones? We were all drunk all day, every day, getting
Not good, but
sunburned.
That sounds
What?
awesome.
I know.
I wonder how many of these school trips happen, and the chaperones put the kids to bed, and they all start doing each other.
Yeah.
I bet it happened.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Getting all drunk on cheap wine. Well, I want to hear your stories now. Please text us at 55100. Let's get into this.